So now Power BI is one of the most in-demand skills in 2025. And if I had to start over, this is exactly how I'm going to do it to learn it fast. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Aman and I've been training people for business intelligence projects for over 10 years. And in my projects, I've been using a variety of BI tools. One of those is Power BI. So now let's start from the top and understand what is exactly Power BI. Now, in every company, you have managers that ask critical business questions. Which region is underperforming? Which products are selling good? And many other questions as well. Now, in order to make those smart decisions, they're going to ask you, the data analyst, to find the answers using data. And in order to do that, you're going to need tools like Power BI. So now, what you're going to do is you're going to go and connect the company's data to Power BI. And after that, you're going to go and start prepping the data for analysis, like cleaning up the data, doing a few calculations, and other things like that. After that, you're going to go and build visuals. Beyond that, you're going to go and make some reports and dashboards. Once you have them, you're going to go to your manager and present the result to them like a story. And with that, you're helping the managers to make quick, smart decisions for better business. So that means we use Power BI in order to turn the raw and clean data into beautiful and easy to understand visuals that can help the managers to make better business decisions. So now the next question is, what is inside Power BI? Well, we have 5 engines or 5 layers. Let's start with the first one, that is Power Query. So now always the first task in Power BI is to connect to our data. We use Power Query in order to connect multiple source types like databases, APIs, files, and other things. Now, once this data is connected to Power BI, the data is not usually clean. So in a real project, we cannot go and immediately start building visualizations on top of it. First, we have to clean the data, and that is usually done with the help of Power Query. This is done so that we can remove unnecessary columns, remove nulls, rename the columns, filter the rows, and many other stuff. So that means with this layer, we are connecting and cleaning up the data. Now, once we have that, we go to the next engine or the next layer, and that we call data modeling. Now that your data is clean, it's time to organize it. And in this layer, you're going to go and build relationships between tables. You're going to go and build your Star Schema, where you have in the middle your fact table, and surrounding your fact table are multiple dimension tables. This is important in order to have fast dashboards and correct results. Once we have the data model, it's time to add intelligence to the model. And we do that with the help of DAX in order to write formulas and calculations to create something new. So we need to create new columns, new measures that help us to build the aggregations and the filters at dashboard level. And this is really what is turning our data into answers. Once you have all of your calculations, we move on to the fourth layer, which is visualizations. So now it's time to build the charts, the cards, the tables, slicers, and some bookmarks, maybe drill through some data, and many other cool stuff. So now we are building the report or the dashboard that is telling a story. This is the only thing that the manager is going to see. Everything else is behind the scenes. So now it's time to publish and share our work with others. So we might go and share it, for example, in Power BI Premium. It's like cloud service from Power BI where the users can open their browser and access your dashboard. So this is the end-to-end process and the 5 layers that you go through in order to build professional dashboards in Power BI. So now I'm going to show you the phases that I'm going to go through in order for you to learn Power BI. So the first phase is all about making yourself familiar with Power BI. First, you're going to go and download Power BI Desktop, then go and grab one very simple CSV file. I have for you few links for some resources in order to train yourself. Then I want you to skip all the layers and jump immediately into the visualization parts. So just spend like an hour exploring the interface. Check what all are the visuals that are present, drag and drop something, and you're not going to break any stuff. It is a playground, and just explore all the features that you see on the interface. So after an hour, I'm pretty sure that you'll be building something like a bar chart, a line chart, or something like that. It's all about getting a feel for it. It's like your first time riding a car. You don't have to learn a lot of theory for it, you just have to keep moving. So as you can see in this phase, you are just focusing on the visualization layer, and the whole thing might not take you more than 2 hours. Now, moving on to phase number 2. Here, we're going to go and build some confidence. And this is where we're going to be focusing on 2 new layers, the data modeling and DAX. So in data modeling, you have to start learning about something called Star Schema and how to connect multiple tables and build relations between them. After you have built, let's say, your Star Schema, you start learning about the basic functions in DAX. So now you have to learn how to create new columns, measures, filters, etc. You don't have to master all of these functions and DAX, but yes, you do have to learn the basics as well as keep practicing these concepts. So this phase might take a week in order to understand how things work in the data modeling layer and what are the most important functions in DAX. Now, moving on to the last phase, we're going to go deep and get you ready. So here, it's time to experience a real project. So you're going to go and connect files with thousands of rows, and this time you have to learn about Power Query, how to clean up the data, remove the nulls, unwanted data, and after that, again, build a solid data model and do the calculations that you need in order to answer the requirements that you have. And after that, you start building the visuals, the charts that you wanted to present in the project. So now we move on to the last phase in the project, which is sharing your results. So of course, for free, you can just share the Power BI file that you've just made, or if you have a license like a Power BI Pro plan, or if you already have Power BI Premium, you can directly share your file with other users as well. In the last phase, you may also have to learn what is the difference between a report, a dashboard, how you can refresh your data model, how you can refresh your data, and how you can share your work with other people as well. Now, this might take you a few weeks, but after that, you are ready to apply for any job that requires Power BI. So there you can see again the phases and what are the steps and the topics that we cover in each phase. So this is how I would learn Power BI if I had to start all over in 2025. We have more videos on roadmaps of Python and SQL, and if you are learning Power BI, they are also essential tools that you must absolutely learn. We post a lot of content on this channel that you're going to find very useful, and I absolutely urge you to leave your feedback and also subscribe to this channel as well. Thank you all very much.